these 5 days, Nifty traded in a very narrow range. And what can happen now is if it manages to break above 23,500 levels, then of course the next resistance it can face is at around 750 odd, 750, 780 odd, which is where the next pivot resistance is. And if it were to break below this 23,150, then of course a retest of 22,800 might be on the cards. So Nifty IT might just consolidate in this range, or maybe even in a wider range, and possibly it will not lend a lot of support to the Nifty. Will possibly need to do most of the hard work if Nifty were to breach 23,500 and then move towards 23,750 and finally 24,000 levels. But if the put writers are pretty aggressive, in all probability they would be. It looks like they would defend 23,400 levels, and then that's what the options data is suggesting. It's more bullish than bearish.
Hello friends, welcome to MoneyUncle's YouTube channel. I'm your host Akshay and welcoming you for another show called as Weekly Nifty Analysis. And today we have our guest Debankur Das. Debankur is a SEBI Research Analyst and he's also MoneyUncle expert partner with over 10 years of experience in Indian stock market.
Thanks, Akshay. Thanks. Thank you for the opportunity, and let's go straight into the Nifty charts. So this is what happened over the last 2 weeks. This is the day of the exit polls. Then this is the big candle where we had the general results, and Nifty made a big range day. And once it became clear to the market that the Modi government will be back, even though with not full majority for the party, but with the alliance. So Nifty started making gains, and ultimately the last week it closed above 23,000 levels, which has been somewhat of a barrier for Nifty previous to that. As you can see, Nifty was always trying to reach the 23,000 mark, but it was failing and coming down. So 22,800 to 23 was the previous resistance for the Nifty. Now, what happened last week? So generally what happens is after a big range week, a very a high range week, generally there is some consolidation. And as we all know, during the election results, VIX breached 30 levels on this particular day. VIX was above 30 for some time, and this low range week, which is like about 200, 300 points. So Nifty, as you can see, these last 5 days traded within 23,200 to 23,500, just within 300 point range. The VIX also cooled down to below 13 levels. So from 31 on this day, so it has come down to 13 levels, which is pretty much where it was about a month ago from the elections. So basically we can say that we are back to business as usual. And now what the markets will look forward to is the budget, which is scheduled next month, and of course the quarterly results, which will start coming from say the 10th or 12th of July, with the IT companies starting the results declaration. So this is what happened. These 5 days, Nifty traded in a very narrow range, and what can happen now is if it manages to break above 23,500 levels, then of course the next resistance it can face is at around 750 odd, 750, 780 odd, which is where the next pivot resistance is. And if it were to break below this 23,150, then of course a retest of 22,800 might be on the cards. So this is what Nifty looks like at this point of time, which is a very short-term view for the next week. So what has helped Nifty, to stay at these levels, or what can help Nifty to, breach the level? So for that we have to look at the Nifty constituents. And as we know, the two main Nifty constituents are the Nifty IT index and the Nifty Bank index. So let's look at the Nifty IT index first. So this is the daily chart of the Nifty IT index, and as you can see, it was in a downtrend. The Nifty IT index, after it made a high at 38,600 levels, it was slowly coming down, and now it is kind of arrested that downtrend, and it is starting to slowly make slowly transform this into an uptrend. So what when we can say that it is in an uptrend? So once it starts making new highs, new lows. So this is the last low it has made. So if it can reach past 35,600 levels, then we can say that a new high, a higher low and then a higher high is being made, and Nifty IT will possibly start an uptrend from here. But what is the trigger? The trigger for the Nifty uptrend is the US inflation. US inflation data and Fed the Fed reaction to policy rates. Like, as long as Fed decides to keep policy rates if as long as Fed doesn't start reducing the rates, Nifty IT might still consolidate for some time. And as of now, based on current data and what Fed said last week, Fed had the policy on Wednesday India time, Wednesday night India time, that is. So Fed basically is saying that they are not in no hurry to start the down cycle, and they will continue to look at inflation data. But what US experts are basically saying is that September is probably the earliest time that the Fed will be in a position to start cutting rates, provided over the next few months inflation data is within Fed's control levels. So I think till that time, Nifty IT might just consolidate in this range, or maybe even in a wider range, and possibly it will not lend a lot of support to the Nifty. So let's look at Bank Nifty now. So Bank Nifty is as you can see, this is again the daily chart of Bank Nifty. It's in a rising channel. It's an upward trending channel, and so this is what Nifty should be banking on if it wants to make higher highs and go towards 24,000 levels before the budget before the budget announcement. So Nifty Bank will possibly need to do most of the hard work if Nifty were to breach 23,500 and then move towards 23,750 and finally 24,000 levels. But if Nifty Bank also fails or goes into a huddle, or it starts consolidating, then it might be difficult for Nifty also give breakouts. So these are the two main constituents of the Nifty. There is a third constituent, of course, is there, which is Reliance. And again, Reliance being a stock, before I give any view on Reliance, I must say that I do not have any exposure to Reliance in my personal portfolios. So the information that or the views that I'm sharing here is mainly for educational purpose, and to basically see how it can support the Nifty from that point of view only. So Reliance, as we can see, is in a consolidation. So once it has crossed 2,700 levels, 2,800 levels, which was the earlier resistance level, it is consolidating in a 200-300 point range. So Reliance possibly also is not going to lend too much of a support. So it's now basically up to the Bank Nifty to take Nifty higher. So we have looked at the charts of Nifty, and we have tried to see where more where Nifty can gain more strength from with a short, of its with a short review of its main constituents. So now let's look at the options data. So this is the Nifty weekly options data. And as we can see here, 24,000 level is where the maximum call writers are placed. And also we can see that 23,500 levels is where we have a decent, open interest of calls, as in the cases where 23,400 levels as well. So these two strikes are important, and as we can see, once 23,500 is breached, then we will see short covering in these calls, the 23,500 calls, and it will automatically, these short covering here will take us higher. On the put side, we can see that the maximum call interest, the put writers are very aggressive. So as you can see, the maximum put writers are at the 23,400 levels with more than 2 lakh contracts here. And on Friday, which was the last trading day, we also saw the maximum open interest additions at this strike only. So basically, it tells me that the markets are very bullish. The put writers are pretty aggressive, and as we, and yeah. In all probability, they would be. It looks like they would defend 23,400 levels, and then if not this, then 23,300 also. There is a significant amount of put writing, and then 23,000. So from the options chart, basically it tells me the data is on the bullish side. So there is a higher probability of 23,500 being taken out rather than 23,300 or 23,200 being breached. But again, as we know, data can change, and we will only act based on data which is at present. So yeah, that's what the options data is suggesting. It's more bullish than bearish. And let's see what the futures data has in store. Over the last week, we can say that the futures open interest has got added to the tune of 2.3%. And since Nifty has finally closed the week with gains of 0.8%, we can say that these are mainly net long additions, which has helped Nifty to make those gains. So from here also, from the futures data point, from the options data point, from the overall derivatives data point, we can say that Nifty is on the bullish side. So I guess this is all from my side, Akshay. I think I've covered most of the points that I wanted to, say for this show. And yeah, just for all your all subscribers and all your followers, I also give a written summary of what I've just mentioned in my weekly Nifty outlook on the MoneyUncle channel as well. So so you can also view it from there.
Yes, viewers.
Read it from
So,
there. Yeah.
Debankur is also MoneyUncle expert partner, and he posts his view on MoneyUncle app. So you can follow him there, where he also posts stock recommendations along with his Nifty weekly analysis. So
Yeah.
thank you, Debankur, and we will be here shortly next week with you to hear more commentary about the next week's analysis.
Thanks,
All right.
Akshay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Viewers, now let's talk a little bit about MoneyUncle app. It's a stock market idea sharing and learning platform connecting do-it-yourself traders and investors to SEBI registered experts. Our mission is to help users trade and invest profitably in stock markets. On the app, you can follow curated SEBI registered experts and get trading and investing ideas along with regular updates and signals like buy, hold, partial exit, etc. You can also ask stock queries to these experts by using Ask feature on the app. Link to download the app is in the description below, so do check us out. We hope this Nifty analysis video was insightful for you. You can like the video, comment on what topics you want us to cover in future, and also share it with your stock market friends. And before you go, don't forget to subscribe to Money Uncle channel. See you soon.